Hey guys, I just want to give you another quick soul winning tip. And the tip for today is always be carrying. And what I mean by that is always have your New Testament on you. I use the New Testament when I'm witnessing just in public, like if I see somebody that's sitting by themselves or somebody like outside Walmart, I'll use my New Testament. But even when I go door to door, I carry just my New Testament. And the reason for that is just because it's something you can kind of conceal. You can keep it in your back pocket. It allows you at the door to have your hands free and visible where they can see them. And maybe it makes a person a little bit more comfortable. And sometimes if you have a full-size Bible, people can see it and they just automatically think you're a Jehovah's Witness, so they have no interest in talking to you. There are plenty of people that carry a full-size Bible that go out soul winning and they get people saved. And I did my first probably year or so of soul winning. I had a Bible that was just dedicated to just soul winning. But I like a New Testament now. It's like I said, you can kind of keep it on you everywhere you go. And when you witness to somebody, like I said, at their door, they don't really know why you're there until you tell them. So I believe it helps. But like I said, it's all preference. But some things that'll help you out with sharpening your sword is I always have a church invitation, like a track inside my New Testament. And whether I'm talking to somebody at their house or like in public, it's my excuse for bringing my New Testament out. So if I talk to somebody and I say, hey, I'd like to give you an invitation to church, I'm pulling my New Testament out because that's where the track is. Now it's already in my hand, so I can present the gospel to them. So I always keep that a track in there. Also, if you have a ribbon, keep your ribbon where you're going to start your plan of salvation. That way you don't have to like try to find Romans 3 or whatever as you're talking to the person. But just to kind of make it a seamless transition, always have your ribbon there. And another thing you can do is highlight the verses. Especially if you're using just the New Testament, the print's a little bit smaller. So if you highlight the verses, that'll help the person, with their eyes going right to that part and even helping them read it. Another thing you can do, especially if you're early in soul winning, then I strongly recommend this, to write your map out in your Bible. So like if you go to Romans 3:23 and the next verse you're going to go to is Romans 6:23, write 6:23 at the end of Romans 3:23 and do that for your whole plan of salvation. The reason why is because especially when you first start talking to people and you're nervous, you can completely forget your train of thought and where you were going with it. Also, you can get like in conversations where you go down a rabbit trail and you're like, I don't even remember what point we were talking about. So if you look down at your Bible and you see the next verse, that'll help you get back on track. So that's something that I definitely would recommend. Also, after you've witnessed to somebody and shared the gospel, don't forget to put another track in your New Testament and put your ribbon back in Romans 3:23 or wherever it is that you plan on starting. The last tip I'll kind of give you for your New Testament is I took a Microsoft Word document and I just put a bunch of references for common misconceptions or common false doctrines and stuff that people have. And I just put that on the front of my New Testament. So things like the deity of Christ, faith alone verses, verses about baptism, heaven, hell, the Trinity, things like that. I think if you put a reference right there in the front of your Bible and that person says that issue about like, well, I'm not sure that we die and go to heaven, then if you have a reference right there, you can share it with them and get them straight on that. So anyways, I hope that's a help to you. God bless you guys. Have a great day.